it's Jess Pryles from Hardcore Carnivore, and today I'm grilling up a skirt steak, Carne Asada style. And it's gonna be delicious. Just watch. Now what makes today's recipe very special is I'll be using H-E-B's Wagyu beef skirt steak. Now there are two different types of skirt steaks you can find at your H-E-B, inside and outside. Both of these skirt steaks make amazing carne asada or fajitas. Outside skirt is a little bit more tender, so it's a little bit more per pound, but totally worth it. But since both these steaks are Wagyu beef, either of them are gonna be incredible on the grill. Wagyu beef has extremely high marbling, sometimes even more than prime grade, which makes it really flavorful and rich. And remember, if you need help finding any of these cuts, just ask the certified meat cutters at your H-E-B. Alright, enough with the babble, it's time for the meat. First up is the inside skirt. And here's the outside skirt. The inside skirt is typically wider and has a coarser and more obvious grain than the outside skirt does. And generally, if you see a package that just says skirt steak, it's probably going to be inside skirt. But today, since I have a choice, I'm going to be cooking the outside skirt steak. Right before I'm ready to grill, I'll season the meat well on both sides with Hardcore Carnivore Meatchelada chili lime seasoning. To take this steak to the next level, I only have to add in a couple of ingredients to turn it into a complete Tex-Mex style meal. I'm adding in these ready-to-cook Mi Tienda flour tortillas and this awesome all-in-one brisket queso. Time to put the asada in this recipe and fire up the grill. I'm actually going to be using a 2-zone method and create a direct and an indirect heat zone. So the steak is going to be cooked directly over the coals and that brisket queso is going to bubble away on the other side. I have the grill running at 400 degrees and I'm going to cook the skirt steak with the just keep flipping method, flipping every 20 or 30 seconds for a total of 5 to 7 minutes or until it reaches 135 degrees internal temperature. This way, I get a killer crust without overcooking the steak on one side. Once it's ready, I'll remove it and let it rest for about 10 minutes. Resting is really important to let those juices redistribute after the meat's been on the grill, and it gives us time to finish up the rest of the meal. The brisket queso goes straight onto the indirect side of the grill for about 10 minutes until it transforms into bubbly, melty goodness. Then it just needs a quick stir and it's done. Next, I'll warm up some tortillas, then it's time to cut that perfectly grilled skirt steak right across the grain. Now it's time to put it all together. Go grab the biggest board you can find. Start with some grilled jalapenos, then add the Mi Tienda tortillas, add the creamy, rich brisket queso, and some H-E-B fresh guacamole, and finally a big pile of the juicy grilled Wagyu skirt steak. And with all the basic Tex-Mex food groups covered, you're in for one incredibly flavorful meal. Chef always gets first bite. Enjoy this recipe and don't forget to check out more on H-E-B's YouTube channel.